Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Magnus and I welcome you guys to part 7 of Let's Play Fire Emblem 6 the ReDux hack. So before we jump into chapter 6, there's actually been a new patch. I was informed by this by DLuna, who seemed to have released it quite recently, so it's patch 1.7. Now I have patched over a new emulator room, and I've simply just moved my save file, so I am able to continue right where I left off without having to restart. And I'll still enjoy the changes of the new patch. So, before I head into this chapter, I'd just like to talk about, very briefly, what has been changed. Now, there are a lot of changes. I'm not going to go over them all, because some of them aren't relevant yet. There's been some adjustment to units that join way later in the game. I think I'd rather talk about that when the units actually arrive. But for now, I've taken the things about the patch that are relevant, like, right now, and I'm going to talk about them. So, the first change is that Roy now gains experience 20% slower. However, his growth rates have been increased by roughly 15 to 20% in every area. Now, this may seem like a huge buff to Roy, and to be quite frank, it is. But this is a good change, because Roy's big problem is that he usually caps out at level 20 during the mid-game, and then he has at least 5 or 6 chapters where he is capped out and completely useless because of his low base stats, and he is basically just a guy that needs to be rescued all over the place in order to reach the throne. And I do believe DLuna's intentions by nerfing his experience gain but increasing his growth is that so he will take longer time to cap out, but when he does cap out, he will be closer to his promotion. And he will also be useful for a little bit longer. I think that even with these changes, Roy will probably still cap out long before his promotion, because it is so insanely late. I mean, the best part would probably have been to just give Roy a Master Seal in Chapter 12 or something, so that the player could promote Roy as he wanted to, but of course, that could also make Roy very overpowered, so, you know, go figure. But it's a cool change, I actually really like it. It means that Roy should be getting a lot better level ups from this point on. Another change is that shamans in general now have more defense but less resistance. So they're more like magical armor knights in a sense, which means that they might be more vulnerable towards bishops and light magic than they used to be. So, yeah. I also do believe this is a change that affects both the shamans that you get as well as the enemy shamans. Then we have some changes to Clarine. Now, she has had her growth rates adjusted, and instead of talking about it now, I'll simply show it to you when we go in-game, like I usually do, and I'll talk about the changes that has been applied to her as a unit. Another change is that Armor Knights gain experience faster and has slightly better promotion gains. Now, this is a change that won't affect the enemy, although I think the enemy generals will be more powerful as a result, but I might need DLuna's confirmation on that, yes. So the reason why Armor Knights have gained an increase in their experience rate is because they are notoriously slow units, and as a result they are very slow to level up. They can't always be where they need to be in order to get the kills, and leveling an Armor Knight can be quite a tedious task. Now, DLuna did say in the notes that he considered buffing the stats on Armor Knights, but he was afraid that that would make Armor Knights overpowered. And I do agree on that. I mean, the reason why Armor Knights are considered bad in this game isn't really because of their stats. Their stats are completely fine. They are exactly what they need to be. They are physical tanks that can take a lot of abuse. The problem with Armor Knights is not so much their stats, it's more like the map design. Every single objective in Fire Emblem 6 is a throne capture, which means you have to move your army from one point to another. More often than not, like for the game chapters, you need to do it quickly, and there's really no reason to turtle. Unlike in Fire Emblem 7, where there are multiple defense objective chapters, like for example the chapter where you protect the throne in Hector Hard mode, or in Hector Normal mode. So because of that, because of the way the game is designed, that's why Armor Knights fall behind. Giving them better stats, or for example, like some people have suggested, giving them +1 movement would completely break them. It would kind of make them obsolete the other units. But I like this change. The fact that they get experience quicker means they can become generals quicker, and that is always nice to see. I'm still unsure whether I'm actually going to be using an Armor Knight. I'm going to take a look at Barth. I'm very curious about how Barth has turned out in this hack, because I have a feeling is pretty good. Anyway, that's the changes this patch has done so far. There are other changes too, but they're not relevant at this point in the playthrough, so I'm not going to talk about them. Anyway, we're going to head into this chapter. We get our first battle preparation. This map is pretty tricky. It's very trolly because many of these rooms right here don't really need to be unlocked. I think that these two rooms are just bogus. I'm unsure about this one. I think there might be one chest here. Here's where you find Sue. And there are also treasure chests in these rooms right here. This room is a complete troll. These two right here. They just spawn reinforcements, so you're better off not opening them. The boss is a total pain in the ass. Wagner, the shaman, his avoid is ridiculous because he's sitting on a throne, which is insane in this game. Well, nothing compared to Fire Emblem 5, of course. So this guy can be very scary. I'm not sure if the ReDux has changed him in any way. Anyway, I've done the battle preparations beforehand, so everything should be pre-arranged and predetermined. I also have saved, so there's really no point in saving, so I'm just gonna go straight into the game. Now we get a lot of new characters in this chapter, but first I'm gonna go over to Clarine and what's different about her. So I'm gonna list her old ReDux growth rates, not her original growth rates, the old growth rates she had in the ReDux pack compared to the new ones. So Clarine's hit points has gone up 10%, so she now has 50% growth in hit points, as well as her magic, which has also been increased 10%, so she's now up to 40% in magic. Her skill has been cut in half, so she's now down to 20% skill, which, like, to my knowledge, is not really going to change her a lot. Magic, especially anime magic, is extremely accurate in this game, and she's still pretty much going to hit everything she attacks. I don't think this is going to really make a difference. It's going to make her crit a little bit less when she's a Valkyrie, and that's about it. Her luck has been reduced 10%, so she's down to 50%, but she will still probably cap luck. Her defense has been upped again, so she used to be 25%, now she's up at 30%, which means that she is becoming more and more like a tank, to be quite honest. 30% defense growth for a healer is very good in terms of Fire Emblem standards. I can't say ReDux standards because I haven't checked out all of the other healers in this hack, but 30% for me on a healer, that is quite a lot. And her, yeah, that's about the only changes that's been made to her. So yeah, she's just slightly changed, but I wouldn't say it's anything huge. Anyway, let's talk about the two new units we've gotten. We got Soul and Dorothy right here. So Saul. Saul is an odd one. Before I talk about his stats, I'd like to comment that he comes now with a rescue staff as well as a pure water. So I quite like this. I always wondered why the game always used to hold on so long before giving me cool staves. And I think that giving the player a rescue staff in the early game, as long as you bump up the difficulty accordingly, is quite good. It kind of changes the way you utilize your priests in the early game. Being able to rescue units allows you to do more risky strategies. And did it always have 10 uses? Because I specifically remember the rescue having 5. But don't quote me on that. But if it... yeah, I like it. I actually really like it. And yeah, pure water. He didn't have that before, now he has one. It's great, I suppose. I might actually give that pure water to someone because there are a lot of mages in this chapter, and it might come in handy when I think about it. Anyway, let's talk about Saul. In the base stat department, he has gotten some much needed buffs. He is now 1 level higher than he used to be. He has 2 extra points of magic, 1 extra point of skill, 1 extra point of luck, 3 extra points of defense, and 2 extra points of resistance. So just an overall increase to all of his base stats. In the growth rate departments, his luck, which was already fucking awful at 50%, has gone down to 5%. So Saul will probably never get luck. If you're lucky, he might get 1 point before he becomes a bishop. So this of course means that Saul is very prone to being hit in general. His avoid is not going to be very great. And he's also going to be very prone to criticals. Killer weapons in general, you want to keep far away from this guy. His defense has been increased 5%, so he's now up to 20%, which is pretty decent for a priest. And his resistance, which was already fantastic, has been increased from 50% to 60%. So, yeah, Saul is kind of the polar opposite of Ellen. Unlike Ellen, who, like, excels at avoidance, but is kind of terrible at defense. I also do believe Saul has... actually, no, Ellen kind of trumps Saul in magic. You know, I think that Ellen is a far superior healer, simply because while Saul might probably be a more combat-oriented healer, like he'll probably be a better bishop, I still think that Ellen just performs the role of a healer so much better than him. She already has superior magic to him, although she has a couple more levels. One more level to be precise. Actually, her stats in general. Well, I guess Saul has greater speed. That's really the only thing I can say about him. Alright, this chick. I've heard a lot of positive things about Dorothy in the ReDux hack. I am still a sucker for Volt though, but we'll see. Before I talk about her stats, I'd like to say that she has a longbow now, which is nice. It's a good weapon, and on top of that, it's been buffed quite significantly in the ReDux. Longbows used to have terrible stats in the original. 85 hit is... I can't remember the original stats, but I certainly remember that they did not have 85 in hits. So this is going to allow Dorothy to do a lot more crazy stuff, although I'm most likely going to give this to Walt. Anyway, let's talk about Dorothy and her stats. So in the base stat department, she has received monstrous changes, so let's just go get at it. So she's 2 levels higher. She has 5 extra points of strength, 6 extra points of speed, skill, 2 extra points of speed, 4 extra points of luck, 1 extra point of defense, 2 extra points of resistance, and as with all archers, she has a movement of 6 now instead of 5. So Dorothy, following the same trend as the other ranged units in this game, just receiving enormous boosts to her base stats, and trust me, she really needed it. Yeah, the archers in this game are absolutely pathetic, and the extra base stats will do them very good. In the growth rate department, she has received a 5% boost to her hit points, so she's now at 90%. Always had a very high hit point growth, this girl. Her strength has gone from 50% up to 70%. Her skill has also been increased from 45% up to 60%. Her speed has gone down 10%, so she's now at 35. Her luck has also gone down 5%, so she's down to 30% luck. Her defense has gone up slightly by 5%, so she's now at 20% defense, which is quite good for an archer. And her resistance growth has also been increased, so she's now up to 25% points in resistance. So Dorothy, she's a tanky, very robust, strong archer with a lot of strength and skill, but her 2 major flaws being her speed and her luck. Compared to Volt, she hits very hard, but Volt has 5 more points of speed, as well as a vastly superior luck score, and I do love luck. Although she does trump him in resistance, he actually is more tanky than her at the moment. Alright, just have to make a shortcut. Okay, so, the preferred strategy for this map, like, there's many ways to tackle it. You can charge straight ahead, you know, just ignoring the sides. Personally, I like to go to either side. And I do plan to incorporate Soul's new Pure Water in my strategy. First things first, I'm going to be trading over the longbow to Volt. I'm going to give Dorothy an iron bow just in case. I'm going to be moving Saul up here. And I'm going to be grabbing that Pure Water. I'm not going to be using it just yet. I'm going to be sending a lot up here. And Malinus can actually take the first hit. The awesome thing about Malinus is that you can pretty much give this guy the heaviest weapons in the entire game, because his massive con of 25 means he's not going to get slowed down by anything. I'm going to be using Marcus to take out this mercenary, and probably to take out the soldiers as well. It certainly could use Lou here. What I think I'll do is I'll send Chad up here. I guess I'm gonna have to send Chad up. He's gonna have to go lockpick the entire room. Anyway, I mean, I'm eventually gonna have to go up here and recruit Sue. But there's a lot of treasure chests on this map that I really want, so. Love this music to death. So yeah, Sue is on that room. We can recruit her later. Need to talk to her with Roy. Sadly, Lou does not have the magic to kill this guy. Come to think of it, I probably could have given Marcus an axe. That would help against these soldiers. So Malinus being a total champ. So the idea now is to use Volt. Give him a Pure Water and let him have the... I think he'll need to use the Iron Bow to double the mages. See, they have a speed of 7 and 7. The soldiers have a speed of 9. He has a speed of 13. So he needs to not be weighted down in order to use the... But how much damage does he do with the iron bow? 7... He does 14 damage, which is not enough. He does 14 damage times 2. Which then becomes 9 damage times 2, which is actually not enough. Alright. Well, he will still double with the steel bow. Against the mages he will. I could have used pure water last turn, actually. Probably would have been a lot better. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm gonna heal first, I think. No, if I do that, if I heal first, I'm gonna have to rescue Clarine, or else she's gonna take a hit, and I don't want her to take a hit. That's kind of why I brought Alan in the first place. Ba, 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 ba. Na, 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 na. I think this is this calls for a fire tome right here. But yeah, I could have definitely given Marcus an axe. Probably would have been a lot better against the soldiers. He could have used the steel axe, most likely. Hit points, magic, skill, speed. Lewis being a champ, like always. I kind of really want to kill the guy with the javelin, but I can't. So I'm just going to kill the guy with the steel lance instead. Oh! I could have killed the guy with the javelin. Marcus, 5% criticals. Can't have a let's play without them. I should have placed Lou here instead. That possibly would have saved Volt the hit. So yeah. First things first, I need to kill this mercenary. Melinas can do that though, no problem. So let's equip Lock with a hand axe. Okay, do we want to heal up Melinas right now? I think I kind of do. I have to place people smartly though, because there's a lot of javelin users here that are not very nice. I kind of want both of these to go for Volts, but I think that regardless, one of them is going to go for Lot instead, so I guess I can just move Dorothy like this. Yeah, I guess it's better that they attack Roy. Okay. So, okay, so the soldiers are actually not attacking. Wait, are the Armor Knights blocking Volt? Yeah, he is. Well, fuck you, Armor Knight. Where the fuck did you do that? He just walked in front of Volt. Oh well. Alright, so the Javelin guy will go for Roy. Not very unexpected. And as I thought, this guy will go for Lot. Come on, hit him. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, those Armor Knights can... Ah, never mind. He can attack Volt from that angle. And Volt should double the guy and kill him now. Oh, never mind. Just Volt things. Critting that mage. Oh, what? They both had javelins? Huh. How annoying. Alright, so now I just need to kill this guy. 14 damage plus 16 damage should be enough to kill. Okay, so Steel Blade does do more damage. So this means that Lot won't be able to retaliate on the mage, but that's fine, as long as I can kill these annoying soldiers. Alright, this can't really do a whole lot against this guy. Whole lot. These guys are annoying as fuck. Yo! But I should be able to kill the soldier, I think. Just need to get Clarine up to Lou and heal him. Yeah, these soldiers are very beefy. Alright, let's get her up here. Heal. So can I kill... I can't double these soldiers. Why are they so fast? Oh, they are really ridiculously fast. Alright, Lou should be able to finish off the soldier now. If he doesn't, Volt dies, so I certainly hope he will. Definitely a fire tome situation. Would I love to go with Lou and attack the Armor Knight instead? I think I need to send a lot down, actually, and... okay, might have to use Dorothy here a little bit. Might as well. This guy can't retaliate. Oh, she doesn't have animations turned on. Da, 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 da. How should we fix this? So I could place Roy here, I suppose, and then use Ellen to heal him up. With a mend. Sounds like a plan. This guy still has a fucking javelin, doesn't he? Annoying as it is, there's really nothing I can do at the moment. So... I can actually move Sal over here without any problems. I can even rescue. Does the rescue staff have global range? No, it doesn't. It can't... Oh, so it can't rescue. It has a minimum range. That's very interesting. Very interesting. So, if I place... No, I'm not gonna... So if I stand here, can I... Yes, I can still rescue. That's weird. Why is the graphics so glitchy? Oh well. And da. I really want Roy to level up. I want to see his new and fabulous growths in action. Yep. Overall, this map is very nasty. Extremely nasty, in fact. There's just so many death traps here. So many walls for the mages and soldiers to throw javelins and throw spells over. It really is annoying. Alright, so I really want to kill this guy right now. Please hit lots. Thank you. Okay, great. So now, can Malinus finish the job right here? He can do 14 damage. Ah! And the soldier misses. That's good news. And Dorothy can actually land the killing blow here. Dorothy is ridiculously strong, which I like quite a bit about her. Alright, let's go and open the door. There's some treasure chests here. I swear, if the ReDux hack decided to place enemies inside those rooms, I would have lost a lot of respect for the creator. I would have been so... I fear these things when I play hacks. You never know. You never know what the creator might decide to do, right? Okay, so Roy can deal with those soldiers and armor knights. Lou can deal with this guy. That's actually a perfect kill. Granted, if he is able to hit on both thunders. Which I hope he will be. Alright, I think I'll definitely send Volt up here. And possibly... Yeah, Alan can go up here as well as Soul. Kinda want to clear out these enemies while I can. This guy has a javelin. We could draw him in with someone else than Marcus, I think. Because I think Marcus will actually... Will he double? I don't think so. This guy has a ridiculous speed. Yeah, he's 3 points above Marcus, so no. We can actually lure him in with a javelin. Might as well keep Roy around here, because there's a character here that we want to recruit anyway. Although we could certainly let her get a little bit closer, if we wanted to. Overall, I wouldn't say this is the best experience Roy could get, but it's something, right? And the rest of these guys can go clear out the boss. Alright, let's go and get some treasure. Silver lands. That's nice. See, does this guy kill Roy? Yes, sadly. I think perhaps this would be a better area for Lot to explore. So I'm actually going to use my hammer here and kill this guy, so I can retaliate on the armor knight. Lot is just able to kill these guys a lot quicker, and I don't want to get Roy towards the throne. So as I said, don't open these two doors. There's absolutely nothing here. You'll just waste a lockpick, and you'll spawn more reinforcements. To my knowledge, the reinforcements do not spawn if you don't open the rooms. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Ba ba da 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 da. Okay, so we can bring this mage over if we really wanted to. he can actually attack with Lou first. We gotta make sure we actually are able to heal him, though. What happens if we throw an additional... we can throw an additional javelin at the guy without killing him. Who has the door key anyway? Is it Roy or is it Alan? Right, I can probably open this door then. There's some chests here. Can't really open them yet, but might as well do it, right? I guess I could give Sol a heal staff so he won't have to waste this. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll switch the staves around. Here, have a heal staff, and I'll take your men staff. Because I do think I'll be using Clarine over Sol for quite some time. Still a little bit undecided on Sol and Ellen. I might bring both of them if I have a spot, but I think 3 healers is too much. I think that 2 healers is the sweet spot. Hit points, skill, luck. Lou is just a gigantic sweet spot, really. Alright, Volt. Nice! Volt has a support with Marcus. I'll just get every single support I can get my hands on. I'm not really going for... Catherine has spawned. Well, her name is not really Catherine. It's Kath, but I call her Catherine. She's still spawned on her weird spawn location. Anyway, we'll be taking a look at her in the next part. Cliffhanger, woo! So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.